CCTV shows the moment that 21-year-old Ricardo Anderson returned fire after he was shot at in a drive-by shooting in a very busy place in Tottenham. And on the Wednesday, the 10th of April, he has been convicted at the Central Criminal Court for possession of a firearm with intent to endanger life and also ammunition. CCTV shows the moment the car pulls up and opens fire, and a group of teenagers or young men flee the scene, except for Ricardo, who tries to fire back. Investigating officer Detective Constable Rhiain John said the incident took place in a very busy street on a summer evening where people were out and about and they were in the shops and they were terrified. There was children there and they tried to seek refuge inside the shops and scrambled for safety behind parked cars. Ricardo Anderson had absolutely no concern for them, and it was sheer luck that nobody was killed. From the inquiries, the police established that this was a dispute between two local gangs in the area, and they worked tirelessly, they said in a statement today, to gather CCTV, witness evidence and forensics, and this was helped to prove Ricardo's guilt. The court heard at 8 p.m. on the 27th of May 2023, a blue R-Type VW Golf sped along Park Lane in N17 before coming to an abrupt stop in the middle of the road. A man wearing a balaclava was seen pulling out a firearm from his waistband and he fired it towards the vehicle. The occupants of the vehicle also had a gun and attempted to fire back, but the weapon jammed. The car sped off and the man left the scene on foot. Specialist police officers were deployed and they scoured the area to find those involved, but nobody was arrested. Detectives investigating immediately recovered a number of shell casings. They began examining CCTV and found only half an hour earlier a group had been seen congregating to film a music video. One man was seen wearing a distinctive blue North Face tracksuit and black trainers and a balaclava, and he would be the man later seen firing at the car. I really want to hear what the viewers have to say on that story, and it definitely goes to show the dangers that are posed when you open fire in a public place and other people's lives are put at risk. In some other news coming from London, thank you to Dave Nathan from Crime Scene Images for his coverage from the scene. Police were called at around 10 to 8 on the 6th of April for a disturbance, and a man was found stabbed on Uxbridge Road in West Ealing. Police attended along with the ambulance service and they found the critically injured man believed to be in his 30s, and despite their best efforts he died at the scene. Police believe they know the man's identity and they have begun the process of informing his family. An urgent investigation is underway and detectives are in a fast-paced inquiry and are trying to establish everything that occurred. The crime scene is in a very busy high street and most of it was cordoned off the day after, with police monitoring it and limiting access to the public. Forensic officers were also seen gathering evidence for a conviction or a case later on. Several days later, on Sunday, the 7th of April, police were called to Stanhope Place in Marble Arch, West London, after they received reports of concerns of welfare for a female. At around 8:30 a.m, police attended and they forced entry to the property and found a woman deceased. She suffered a number of stab wounds and police were trying to trace and inform her next of kin. A post-mortem examination is due to take place and no arrests have took place yet. Detective Chief Inspector Adam Clifton, who led the investigation, said, "I understand this news is very concerning and local women will be very worried. Our inquiries are in the very early stages and we are keeping an open mind to the motive. However, I can assure the public that we are working 24 hours a day to try to locate whoever is responsible for this brutal attack." Forensics were seen entering the property and there was a large cordon in place for the majority of the following day. So we'll definitely keep you updated on the identity of that victim and anything that comes from that case. In this third story, we go to Croydon, where a 22-year-old male was deceased and he was found in the fowlmonger's yard on the 12th of April. This was at just gone 6 p.m. and police were called to reports of a man suffering a stab injury in Croydon, and the ambulance service attended along with the police officers. An air ambulance also attended. The victim was believed to be in his 20s and he was pronounced dead at the scene. One man was arrested for the incident and remains in custody. So really appreciate you joining me for some of these updates, and I'll be back again very shortly with some more news. I've also got more content being uploaded onto Instagram, TikTok and also the Telegram page. I'll leave links in the description below.
So my nomination papers for the West Midlands mayor elections have been submitted. I am the official candidate. So please Do not let yourself down. Make your vote